क्या स्टेम सेल प्रैक्टिस या स्टेम सेल थेरेपी को एज अ वैलिड थेरेपी माना जा सकता है? सुप्रीम कोर्ट के 2026 के एक जजमेंट में उसे एज अ मैल प्रैक्टिस कंसिडर किया गया था। अब वो जजमेंट क्या था और उससे रिलेटेड क्या क्वेश्चंस थे, वो आज की वीडियो में हम कवर करेंगे। Hello and welcome to the official YouTube channel for CLAT PG by Law Prep Tutorial. And in today's judgment, we'll be talking about Yash Charitable Trust and another versus Union of India and another. This case talked about the rules against unproven stem cell therapy for autism, and in this case it was also considered as a malpractice. Now let's quickly understand the case. The judgment of the case was 30th January 2026, and the bench comprised of Justice J.B. Paridiwala and Justice R. Mahadevan. The case extensively talked about patients' autonomy, medical ethics and scientific evidence. कहाँ तक कंसेंट की जो बात आती है एक पेशेंट को लेके, वो कहाँ तक वैलिड होती है, मेडिकल एथिक्स कहाँ तक आपको एक्सटेंड करते हैं उस राइट को, एट द सेम टाइम साइंटिफिक एविडेंस को हम कहाँ तक यूज कर सकते हैं. ऑल दीज 3 points were highlighted in this case. When we talk about the facts of the case, it was really important to understand that it was a PIL that was filed, and the PIL was filed before the Supreme Court against the rampant promotion या prescription or administration of stem cell therapy. Now, stem cell therapy is a therapy or a treatment to use to cure a lot of diseases. But इस particular case में it was used for the cure of autism. अब ऑटिज्म की हम बात करें तो ऑटिज्म स्पेक्ट्रम डिसऑर्डर अपने आप में एक अभी तक रिसर्च बेस्ड चीज है, जो एक्सपेरिमेंटल बेस्ड चल रहा है अभी तक, एंड देयर आर सर्टेन पेशेंट्स हु हैव बीन सफरिंग फ्रॉम इट. नाउ द पेटिशनर्स हु came to the court with the petition that जो stem cell therapy है उसका misuse हो रहा है, and many of the times the patients are not even aware what they have consented for. The stem cell therapy is nowadays is a progressive therapy, it's a regenerative medicine, and it is used in many research as an experiment, but इसका कोई conclusive proof नहीं है regarding its effectiveness. Okay, so petitioner came with a view that patients should have freedom to choose any treatment available to them, but conventional treatment should be there rather than the treatment of which outcomes are not certain. Apart from that, the issue was whether the patient consent alone is justified to the use of any unproven medical treatment. कोई भी मेडिकल ट्रीटमेंट जो अभी तक अनप्रूवन है, जो कि एक रिसर्च बेस्ड ही चल रहा है, क्या ऐसे मेडिकल ट्रीटमेंट के लिए भी कंसेंट जो है वो फ्रीडम के पर्सपेक्टिव में आती है कि नहीं आती है. सेकेंड, द पेटिशनर ऑल्सो कंटेंडेड दैट such use remains experimental and contrary to prevailing regulatory network or the framework governing such experimental medical treatment. कोई भी मेडिकल ट्रीटमेंट जो अभी भी एक्सपेरिमेंटल है उसकी रेगुलेटरी गाइडलाइंस क्लियर नहीं है, एंड उसी की वजह से जो ये फ्रीडम ऑफ कंसेंट है वो क्वेश्चनेबल हो जाता है. नाउ फर्दर इट वाज alleged that the vulnerable patients and their caregivers are being misled to undergo into a cost intensive procedure without safeguard and proper clinical trials. एक प्रॉपर मैकेनिज्म नहीं है, इवन जो ट्रीटमेंट है वो काफी कॉस्ट इफेक्टिव हो जाता है, एंड it put the patients in a situation where they are, even though they have consented, they don't know the extensiveness or the cost that they have to bear with such treatment. So it becomes a question for before the court to decide on the issues that whether the doctors, clinics, hospital, institution are legally permitted to offer stem cell therapy as a routine healthcare service. That was the first thing that was majorly concern of the court. The second was whether the Drugs and Cosmetic Act and the new drugs and clinical trial rules provide framework for such research in stem cell therapy. So again, both the things were there, whether they have a mechanism where we can control such consent, and second of all, whether the existing rules and the existing act have a diverse network or a diverse legal system for it to monitor it effectively. जहां तक कोर्ट ऑब्जर्वेशन की बात करी जाए तो रेलेवेंट फैक्ट लीगल फ्रेमवर्क इसमें यही है कि लुकिंग अपॉन द प्रेसिडेंट्स व्हिच वाज सेट इन द फेमस केस ऑफ समीरा कोहली वर्सेस प्रभा मनचंद, द केस स्टैब्लिश डॉक्ट्राइन ऑफ इन्फॉर्म कंसेंट. एक इन्फॉर्म कंसेंट होनी चाहिए with the patients, that they should be knowing what kind of procedure, what kind of treatment they are undergoing. Now this is a very important case of medical jurisprudence. और जहां तक बात आती है कोर्ट की, तो वैलिड कंसेंट की भी रिक्वायरमेंट है. इट शुड बी डिस्क्लोजर ऑफ नेचर एंड पर्पस ऑफ द ट्रीटमेंट. क्या प्रोसीजर इन्वॉल्व है, अवेलेबल ऑल्टरनेटिव्स क्या रहेंगे, पोटेंशियल रिस्क क्या रहेगा किसी भी ऐसे ट्रीटमेंट का, एंड कॉन्सिक्वेंसेज ऑफ रिफ्यूजिंग अ ट्रीटमेंट, कि अगर वो ट्रीटमेंट से अंडरगो नहीं करते हैं तो उसके क्या कॉन्सिक्वेंसेज होंगे. विदाउट दिस डिस्क्लोजर द कंसेंट गिवन बाय द पेशेंट कैन नॉट बी लीगली वैलिड. अब कंसेंट की वैलिडिटी है उस पे भी एक मेडिकल jurisprudence ऑलरेडी सेट है. बट इन दिस केस व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट अ थेरेपी व्हिच वाज गिवन, व्हिच वाज स्टिल बीइंग अ experimental therapy, these questions were a little doubtful, and that's why it raised a concern. When we talk about the court's observation, the court was clear with one thing, that permissibility of offering medical stem cell therapy for autism patients does not fall within the statutory of new drug or the drug category. And the permissibility, again, the stem cell therapy was not in a routine clinical way that was permitted. It was something which was experimental, and primarily it owned a certain kind of procedure which do not fall in a category of any drug or any treatment that was allowed. Now, also, taking note of the jurisprudence, the doctors must act in reasonable degree, and a certain set of care is needed when undergoing any of such procedure, which was clearly seen in this case that was not there. When we talk about court observation, court was also given a very important point of therapeutic misconception. अब therapeutic misconception क्या होता है कि कोर्ट ने डिस्कस किया था, that is really important to understand that patients sometimes mistakenly believe that experimental treatment जो है वो as effective होते हैं as established medical therapies, but दोनों में बहुत डिफरेंस होता है. एक ट्रीटमेंट जो एक्सपेरिमेंटल बेसिस पे इस पे रिसर्च अभी भी चल रही है, जिसका कंक्लूसिव प्रूफ अभी तक नहीं आया है, उससे अगर आप ट्रीटमेंट ले रहे हो rather than going through a medical therapy which has already been proven that it cures a certain kind of things, the consent for both of them is very different and cannot be put under the same ambit. Moving further, misconception created a very huge gap between scientific reality and patient's expectations. Now, when a patient gives a consent for certain kind of treatment or certain kind of therapy, he or she is having a mindset or a expectation, a preconceived notion होता है उसमें, that उनकी एक expectation होती है of the result, the end result of the treatment. So, scientific reality, because it's experimental, again the gap between the expectation and the reality is huge, and that's why experimental treatment पे we can't say कि consent is similar to that of any other treatment. And the court observed that if the doctor knowingly exploits such misconceptions and administer upon unproven treatments, then it constitutes a serious violation of medical ethics. Now, medical ethics की जहां तक बात आती है, इस केस में उसे serious violation ही consider किया गया था. कोर्ट ने ये भी ऑब्जर्वेशन दिया था कि अनप्रूवन थेरेपीज हैं वो कैन नॉट बी एडमिनिस्टर्ड merely because patients are demanding it. अगर पेशेंट्स की डिमांड है, they want to be treated with certain kind of thing, at that moment also unproven therapies cannot be given that with a purview that consent was given for it. No, the consent based or incomplete or misleading information is not valid consent. कंसेंट वैलिड तभी मानी जाएगी जब वो बिल्कुल मिसलेड इंफॉर्मेशन ना हो, या फिर उसका एक साइंटिफिक प्रूफ हो या एंड रिजल्ट हो. समथिंग विच इज एक्सपेरिमेंटल, उसके लिए आप अगर कंसेंट दे रहे हो इन मेडिकल साइंस, देन इट इज नॉट कंसिडर्ड एज वैलिड कंसेंट. And administering unscientific treatment may amount to medical malpractice, and medical profession must adhere to ethical principles, do no harm. So एक ethical principle है of do no harm. The medical profession has to adhere to it, and to address that in every case wherever the consent is given or wherever there is a treatment that is going on. When it comes to stem cell therapy, it's not any regular therapy. It requires a lot of procedure, it requires a lot of skills which are there, and it also is treating a disorder which is something that is still experimental. The cure for it has not completely been found out. So consent to such treatment and working with the expectations of the patients do come in the category of medical malpractice. और इसी चीज को ध्यान में रखते हुए कोर्ट ने इस केस में ऑब्जर्व किया था कि this thing has to stop. When we understand what significance this case hold is that it actually strengthens the medical ethic principles in the medical science. The ruling enforces that doctor must prioritize scientific integrity and patient safety over patient's pressure. Even though there's a lot of pressure and the patient wants to get cure and they or the family wants that thing for the patient, and they are agreeing to put that patient through all the treatment, but under patient pressure the scientific ethics or the medical ethics could not be compromised. Now the second thing is the clarification of informed consent. Now whatever the consent is, it has to be informed, it has to be voluntary and based on complete disclosure of the facts that this is not a complete does not have any conclusive proof and may or may not result in the expected result that a patient desire. So ये चीज को भी बहुत अच्छे से समझाया जाना चाहिए. Regulation of experimental treatments भी होना चाहिए. It prevents commercialization and misuse of unproven therapy. Both of the things has to be secured and marketed in vulnerable patients. उसको भी control करना चाहिए. It cannot be, unproven therapies cannot be marketed variably in front of the patients. And protection of the patient should be the paramount importance, and judgment safeguards this as well, and stating that false hope या potential medical exploitation है उसको prevent करना है in every case. And keeping that in mind, the court was of the observation that there has to be medical ethics that has to be followed, especially in cases where such scientific experiments are being done. When we talk about the main crux of the judgment of the Supreme Court established an important principle regarding patient's autonomy, and it cannot override scientific evidence or medical ethics. Medical ethics को ध्यान में ही रखना पड़ेगा. Patient की autonomy या bodily autonomy, or they want to go under the treatment or they have the right to choose for it, cannot override any of the medical ethic or scientific evidence. The court also clarified the valid consent must be informed consent. So another important thing that has to be kept in mind is that कोई भी consent हो वो एक informed consent होनी चाहिए. And ultimately ruling reinforces that in medical, hope must always be guided by scientific and ethical responsibility. You cannot sell hope. It has to be guided by medical and scientific responsibility, and there has to be certain amount of medical ethics that has to be followed. And patients suffering from severe untreatable conditions often seek to experimental therapies as a last resort. जो पेशेंट आता है वो अपनी तरफ से वल्नरेबल सिचुएशन में ऑलरेडी होता है, वो लास्ट रिसोर्ट को सीक करने के लिए can undergo and consent for any kind of therapy, but restrictions should be there and the choices must be limited so as to maintain the medical ethics or the procedure which is already there. And there has to be a balance with this concern, allowing the participation in government approval clinical trials, ensuring innovation continues, but regulation जो है वो scientifically एक framework में होना चाहिए, and it cannot be just merely because a patient has a body autonomy, it cannot be guaranteed. Thus, the judgment attempts to strike a balance between medical innovation एंड पेशेंट प्रोटेक्शन. जो पेशेंट प्रोटेक्शन है और मेडिकल इनोवेशन है उन दोनों के बीच में बहुत थिन लाइन होती है, उसको गैप कैसे ब्रिज करना है दैट इज नाउ up to the medical science, but at the same time the interest and the paramount interest of the patient has to be taken into consideration. So that's it for this judgment. Do follow us on the official Instagram page of LawPrep and on the Telegram as well, and do like, share and subscribe to the official YouTube channel for CLAT PG by LawPrep Tutorials. Thank you.